Hey, a bit of a different way of keeping time in this video. This is a rune staff or a runic calendar staff. It's a calendar that was used in the Middle Ages up until the 19th century in many parts of Northern Europe at least. So in this video I'll be showing you how to read one, how it works, and by the end you'll know how to make one yourself if you have the ability to do very basic woodworking and carving or burning. Simple to make, it's gonna take time though. So here's one I made for myself. It's based on finish, my life, and personal preferences. This one is about a meter long. It has 4 sides and the pommel is carved in the shape of a bear's head. I also have a femur-shaped cheat sheet hanging from it. I'll show you what that's for later. So yeah, this one has 4 sides. The shape of it really does not matter. It could have 2 sides like a sword. It could be round. Many of the original medieval ones were. It could just be a poster. So this one has 4 sides. So each side has 3 months: January, February, March. And each month has a larger image that symbolizes that month. For example, January, the word for January in Finnish is tammikuu. Literally translated, that would be oak month. So a stylized oak that would fit on a rune or runic aesthetic without leaves because it's the middle of winter, of course. There's June is literally summer month or summer moon in Finnish. So there's a stylized sun. November is death moon in Finnish because if you're in Finland in November, you want to die. So next up, horizontally, in the middle row, there's 365 runes. So it's not hard to guess that that's one rune is one day of the year. But which day is it? There's no weekdays written here, or there's no numbers. That's the beauty of it. That's what makes this calendar work every single year. If you look closely, it's just 7 different runes repeating in the same sequence. So that's one sequence is 1 week. Which rune is which weekday, that depends on the year, because January 1st could be a Thursday one year and Wednesday the next. So whenever a new year starts, what you would do is you would check which rune is the Sunday rune of this year, which day falls on which rune falls on whatever day is Sunday. In 2023, for example, well, January 1st was a Sunday. So this symbol, whenever you see it, that means it's a Sunday. When I'm filming this, it's the 20th of July. So that would be the R looking symbol. And if we check, well, the closest Sunday is here. So Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. That checks out. Today's Thursday. Well, you wouldn't know that, but it is. Trust me. I can use this to check, let's say, Christmas Eve. There's Christmas, there's 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. So that's the same symbol we saw earlier. So Christmas Eve is going to be a Sunday this year, conveniently. The top row is for whatever you want to remember, important dates. Originally, this would have been important religious dates or agricultural dates, like, for example, oh, this is this and this saint's day, or oh, this symbol means that remember to let the cows out to pasture after winter, or whatever, stuff like that. What I use it for is just important dates that I want to remember, birthdays of family members and such. For example, here is my birthday. It's a stylized loon, the bird, which is my favorite bird. Gave this channel its name. The Finnish word for loon is kuikka. There's other examples. Well, there's a bunch of musicians in my family. There's one with a tuning fork. If you're a musician, maybe you can figure out this person's instrument. There's actually another similar one as well. This one. So the symbols are chosen by the people themselves, or like for example, one wanted a birch leaf, so here's that. There's a feather that's about to be burned, so it's constantly updating. Whenever someone new is born, I add them. And some of these I've chosen for, like, babies don't know how to choose their own symbols, so I choose them for them, or dead people. So the most interesting part of this, I think, is the bottom row. There's 19 different symbols that are repeating, and it looks like they're just randomly placed, but they are definitely not. These tell you when there's going to be a full moon. There's a thing called the Metonic cycle. It means that there's an almost exactly 19-year cycle that the moon has, where the dates when the moon phases happen each year are repeated every 19 years. So let me check. Here's the cheat sheet. It says 2023 R, or it's Rado, something like that. The rune. So whenever this bottom row has an R in 2023, it means that there is a full moon. February 5th. So 2023, February 5th, there was a full moon. Check that. But this repeats 19 years from now. So in 2042, February 5th, there's going to be a full moon. And February 5th, 2061, 2080, 2099, check it. There's going to be a margin of error of a day, and it also depends on your time zone. The cycle shifts like 2 hours every 19 years, I think. So this is going to work pretty much for centuries with a very high degree of accuracy, which I think is amazing. So I hear some of the smarter kids in the front of the class going, teacher, what about leap years? That's a very good question. If it's a leap year, then you count the last day of February twice. So 2024 is a leap year, and the Sunday rune for 2024 is this, Hagalas, I think, something like that. So this is Sunday up until leap day. But because you count this twice, then you have to shift it backwards. So from the leap day onwards, this Kaun maybe, the Kaun rune will be the Sunday rune from that day on. Leap years do not affect the bottom row, the full moon. Full moon symbols work regardless of it being a leap year. So making your own shouldn't be too hard after watching this video. Basically, I just cut this to be 1 meter long, left some space for the handle and the pommel that I later on carved into a bear, inspired by a Finnish stone bear head club that was found in Finland from the Stone Age. I divided this into 3 equal rows and into 3 months. A lot of measuring, a lot of penciling them in, and then burning, and then sanding the pencil marks off. Designing the runes was quite fun, and it's a great display piece, and it's quite sentimental. Nice reminder of people that many of these people have passed away that are on this staff. And I love adding new stuff, for example, when kids are born. You can find an explanation and the dates for the Metonic cycle, the full moon runes, from certainlystrange.com. I'll leave a link in the description. If you want to burn these, and if you want to make them look like runes, I recommend something like this. This burning pen or pyrography pen is very cheap, but I mean the end of it is a straight edge, because runes originally were just made out of straight lines because it's hard to carve curves onto stone or wood. So a straight edge it works pretty easily. If you want to make one yourself, I would be super happy to help. If you have any problems, just leave a comment or send me a message. I love to see any end results that you may or may not end up with. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.